DJ City Lights, the hit that took down South Africa's DJ. Chapter 1. The Rise of DJ City Lights. DJ City Lights was known for his hit tracks like Washa Washa and Vura, and was becoming a prominent figure in South African music. His sound was fresh, and he had the ability to capture the hearts of fans from all walks of life. As the younger brother of the late Pro Kid, he had big shoes to fill, but his music showed he was destined for greatness. City Lights wasn't just a talented DJ. He was an artist who had the potential to become an icon. His songs echoed the rhythms and struggles of everyday South Africans, and his authenticity resonated deeply. With a bright future ahead, he quickly gained a loyal following. His rise in the music scene seemed unstoppable, and fans expected even bigger things from him. Sandow Mfolozi, known professionally as DJ City Lights, was at the top of his game. He was balancing his musical career with his personal life, and everything seemed to be falling into place. But little did anyone know, tragedy was just around the corner, and a dark chapter in his life was about to begin. His success had made him a household name, but it also made him a target. As his fame grew, so did the dangers that came with it. DJ City Lights' story was only just beginning, but it would end in the most tragic way imaginable. Chapter 2. The Promise of Greatness. DJ City Lights' music was a reflection of his journey through life, a journey that seemed destined for greatness. His passion for music was unmatched, and his commitment to staying true to his roots made him beloved among fans. Tracks like Washa Washa weren't just songs, they were anthems for a generation. City Lights was carving out his space in the industry with every beat he dropped. His music wasn't just for the party, it was for the people, for the real moments that connected him to his fans. He had the potential to change the South African music scene forever. But in the blink of an eye, everything changed. In the early hours of a Monday morning, DJ City Lights' life was tragically cut short. The news spread quickly, leaving everyone in disbelief. How could someone with so much promise be taken so violently? His family, friends, and fans were left with nothing but questions. The music world was shaken to its core, and the legacy of a rising star seemed to have been stolen. No one could fathom the loss. It felt like the world had lost one of its brightest lights. Chapter 3. The news breaks. At 12:30 a.m. on a Monday morning, the tragic news of DJ City Lights' death reached his family. A spokesperson confirmed that he had been shot dead in a cold-blooded ambush. His family was stunned, unable to comprehend the sudden loss of someone they loved so deeply. The family was still reeling from the shock when the spokesperson detailed the events of that fateful night. It was a violent act that no one could have predicted, and the grief was almost unbearable. "I can confirm that Sandow passed away at 12:30 a.m. in the morning," the spokesperson said. His family had no idea why he had been targeted or why his life had ended in such a brutal way. It was a nightmare they couldn't wake up from. Sandow, the talented artist, and his friend had been ambushed while driving through Dubai, Soweto. The streets were no longer filled with the sound of music and joy, but with the sorrow of a life lost too soon. The news broke, and the world was left in shock. Fans, friends, and family alike couldn't believe that a man so full of life and promise was now gone. Chapter 4. The Ambush. According to the family spokesperson, the attack on DJ City Lights and his companion was quick and violent. They were ambushed, and that is the best way to put it, the spokesperson said. For attackers approached their vehicle, emerging from nowhere in the dark of night. Without warning, they forced the car to stop. Then, without hesitation, the attackers opened fire. The DJ and his friend had no time to defend themselves or escape. The violence was cold and calculated. The shooters targeted them with ruthless precision, aiming for their heads. It was clear that this wasn't a random act, it was something much darker. The family spokesperson further revealed that there was no sign of struggle or resistance before the shooting began. They fought as much as they could, the spokesperson said, but the attackers were too much. DJ City Lights and his friend were shot point blank. In a flash, the music world had lost one of its most promising stars. Chapter 5. The Fight for Survival. Although it was a short-lived struggle, the actions of DJ City Lights and his companion showed that they didn't go down without a fight. It's unclear exactly how much resistance they were able to put up, but their determination to survive was evident. The family spokesperson revealed that the attackers had the upper hand, overwhelming their victims in a matter of seconds. The fight for survival didn't last long, and soon, the two men lay lifeless in the street. This wasn't just a robbery gone wrong, it was a premeditated attack aimed at silencing them. The violence left a scar on everyone who knew DJ City Lights. His family and friends were not only grieving a senseless death, but the loss of a man who had so much more to give. The image of a rising star cut down in his prime haunted those who had admired him. The world was left questioning. Why had this happened? What had led to such a senseless act of violence? As the investigation began, answers seemed to remain out of reach. It was a devastating reminder that no one, no matter how successful or promising, is immune to the dangers of the world. Chapter 6. The investigation begins. As the investigation into DJ City Lights' death unfolded, the world waited for answers. The police launched an inquiry into the ambush, trying to piece together what had happened that night. There were no immediate suspects, but the brutal nature of the attack suggested that the killers knew exactly what they were doing. The family and friends of DJ City Lights were desperate for answers, and the media covered every detail. The police combed through security footage, hoping to find any clue that could lead them to the attackers. The ambush had been swift and well executed, leaving little evidence behind. Still, detectives were determined to uncover the truth. It was clear that this wasn't just a random act of violence, it was personal. The question on everyone's mind was why DJ City Lights and his companion had been targeted. His family, devastated by the loss, was left to wonder if they would ever find justice. Chapter 7. The Grief of a Family. The grief of DJ City Lights' family was overwhelming. They had lost a son, a brother, and a friend in the most horrific way. The suddenness of the death made it all the more painful. The family had to come to terms with the fact that they would never see Sandile again. He was gone, and no amount of grief could bring him back. His brother, Pro Kid, had already passed away, and now the family was forced to bury another beloved member. The mourning was compounded by the unanswered questions surrounding the attack. The family didn't know why it had happened or who was responsible. The sense of loss was deep and profound. As DJ City Lights fans continued to mourn, the family's grief was even more personal. They held on to the memories of a kind and loving man who had so much potential. The music world had lost a star, but for the family, they had lost a part of their hearts. Chapter 8. The Legacy Lives On. Though DJ City Lights' life was tragically cut short, his music continued to live on. Fans took to social media to share their favorite songs and memories, honoring the man whose beats had become the soundtrack of their lives. The shock of his death was still raw, but it was clear that his legacy would not be forgotten. His music had touched so many, and the impact of his short life was undeniable. Even as questions about the attack remained unanswered, DJ City Lights' influence in the music world continued to grow. His fans and family held onto his work, ensuring that his name would always be remembered. His story became a reminder of how fragile life can be and how a moment of violence can take away someone with so much to offer. While his life was taken too soon, his impact would never be erased. DJ City Lights' memory lived on in every beat, every lyric, and every tribute shared by those who loved him. His story was a testament to the power of music and the indelible mark it leaves on the world.